love, she coming through. She's a 9. I wanna fuck no move with the 5. Let's put our differences to the side. Let's go. You need a nigga like me, don't hide. The love, she coming through tonight. No move with the 5. Let's put our differences to the side. To the side. I raised you up, don't you lie. I'm not a hustler, I'm out the way. I'm out the way. No bitch, but don't even.
Why would you say that? Get out my face, son. That's the lyrics to the song. Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mrs. Best. Welcome to the channel if you have not been here before. We're here to go over Basketball Wives LA, season 11, episode 7. Apologies to my thugs, my real ones who subscribe and follow me, whether you're on Facebook, here, YouTube, Twitch, because I'm a few places live right now, but apologies. I have been out of the country for the week of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was actually my husband's birthday, so we left the country. I am back. I went to Mexico. I had fun. I have been watching TV, like more TV than I usually watch, like in a whole week in just a few hours. So I did what I did, and I took notes, and we're here to go over the episode. For those who are B3ST reviews and recap channel fans and fanatics, you know that James Jackson, our renowned author and co-host from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, is usually a part of our recaps. Scheduling differences, time zones. I'm in California. He's in Florida. There's a huge time difference, and I was unable to recap with him last week because of the holiday, and he was crazy busy as well. So that is why I am here, but he will return this Wednesday. This Wednesday, which I believe is let me get my handy dandy iPhone. I believe this Wednesday will be the 29th. So he will be back with us to go over the episodes on the 29th. And that is that. So let's get into it. So on the last episode, we saw Clayanna acting a hot ass mess per usual. I'm tired of Clayanna, and I said it on Instagram. I sent her to Zeus. I want to see something. Because the way this girl acts is too much. I don't like people who use their past experiences, trauma, whatever it may be, as an excuse to act unreasonable. And Clayanna is just unreasonable. So, you know, the women discuss Clayanna's weirdness, and they all agree that she's out of control, and everyone's had enough with her. I think everyone as a group. Evelyn doesn't like Clayanna, but the only thing that Evelyn will say that Clayanna said that was correct is that Vanessa be in everybody's business, which she does. Now, Evelyn, they discussed Brooke throwing a drink, because Brooke did throw a drink on Clayanna. She asked her to get her hands out her face because Clayanna was in her face like that. And Brooke was like, get the hell away from me. She threw a drink at her. Clayanna kind of deserved it. Normally, I'm like, I hate when people throw drinks and put their hands on people, but some people don't learn unless you touch them. Sometimes you got to just, bitch. And Clayanna just seemed like there was no talking to her, no nothing. Like, this is what happens when you give that energy, Clay. So Brittany is oddly quiet, and she says in a confessional she has a lot to say, but she's going to be silent, which I thought was weird. You're on TV, you're in this group, you're famous for being controversial and talking too fucking much. So now you have nothing to say. She must have really needed this job. Moving it along. Jackie wakes everybody up with a megaphone. I don't know. I guess Jackie thought she was Pauly D with that damn megaphone. And she does meet with Brittany in her bad wig. Brittany, Renner, you need to wear your hair. These wigs are terrible. Brittany basically says that Clayanna showed her ass, but she also feels that some things were not okay. Listen, you can feel that way because they gang up on them, but Clayanna has inserted herself into everybody else's shit and started problems. So this is different from you, Brittany. I get where she's going from and wanting to empathize, but Clayanna is messy. So, you know, she explained that those who have different opinions in their group, whatever the hell you call it, because they're not wives, so they're a group of divorcees. Basically, she explains that it seems like those with different opinions end up, you know, seen as oppositions and all of that. And I can agree. And they are isolated. You know, Jackie was like, listen, I don't care about all that. You know, she ended the conversation so fast. But at the very least, Brittany got to get her feelings out, her little, you know, feelings. But Clayanna is a hot mess. So I don't think there's any defending that. She's a bully who now wants protection or needs a girl by. So we did see Evelyn go to check on Clayanna. And, Yeah, I was surprised that Evelyn went to check on her. She did try. I give her that. And Clayanna claims that she came into the group with an open mind, which we all know is bullshit. This woman came into the group. No one knew who she was. She was talking to them. In the moment that people accepted her, it seems like she acted a donkey. So they discuss everything. And Evelyn mentions that Clayanna has had issues with every single person. So it can't be that every single person is the problem. You have to be at fault here somewhere, which is what Evelyn's trying to tell her. And Clayanna takes zero accountability. Evelyn mentions, you pushed Jen. So it's like, why would you physically? I was just a little push. No, because if someone did a little push on you, Clayanna, you would have a fucking problem. Because you didn't even get pushed. You had water foot thrown on you and you was tripping out. So no, you cannot put your hands on Jen or anybody. And then you put your hand on the woman that you knew would not fight you. All Jen's going to do is like keep you away. But she's not going to fight you. She's going to call her attorney or avoid filming with you. Clayanna was stupid for that. So when she took zero accountability for that with Jen, I was disgusted. I'm like, really, bitch? You pushed her. That's not okay. So Clayanna tries to defend her doing that to Jen. And Ev's like, you don't touch people. You don't touch people. And Evelyn then tries to explain that Clayanna's energy is rude and that she has been riled up at every meeting for no reason and catches the women off guard. So then Clayanna denies putting her fingers into Brooke's face, and production ran the clip back. And I hope Clayanna's dumbass was watching, because they showed Clayanna doing all of this and coming up on Brooke aggressively. Those who know, you don't even have to be from the hood. But if you put your hands in my face, this sweet Mrs. Best, I don't want to talk. There's no calming me down. I'm going to make a fist and I'm taking off on you the way my daddy taught me. I'm going to fuck you up. You're not going to put your hands in my face. Once you do all of that, I feel threatened. And I think most people would too. People like to say, oh, you can't do that to people from the hood. You can't do that to people. You got to respect the bubble that most people have. And Clayanna doesn't respect that bubble, but she wants people to respect her. She wants to receive what she lacks to give anybody, which is wild to me. It's freaking insanity. So, she then denies putting the fingers in there. We see the clip. Clayanna talks shit about Evelyn in the confessional, but didn't say nothing to her face, which confirmed that she is scary. Clay said that none of it was that deep, but she was the one who was so angry going off on people. So I'm over this chick. Please keep her off the TV. I know y'all think, oh, people don't like her. She's controversial. That's good. No, this lady's a liability. I guarantee you somebody's going to sue her or fuck her up. And she's a liability to that network. I'm sick of her. I don't like her. I know some people are like, we finally have, I guess she's Asian. She's Indian. So I guess people like that. I don't care what color you are. If you fucking polka dot, bitch, get the hell off my TV screen. This lady is terrible. She's a terrible representation of people in general. So moving it along, we then see Vanessa has to leave and go home because her kid has diarrhea. Why her husband could not handle that, I don't know. Her husband also could not handle being faithful. So let me stop. I'm going straight to hell. Let me stop. So everybody else goes to meet with the shaman that Jackie set up. And while at the shaman, I thought there was some healing that happened at first. Brittany got emotional when Brooke accepted her for who she was. Evelyn released negative energy towards Jennifer and, talked about how she feels like home around her. And Shanice, stay in a child's place and get the fuck over it, because until you know that Jen said it, don't go off of it. Because I believe what she's mad about is some shit that Malaysia and them has said that Jen said and Shawnee years ago. And Shawnee O'Neal is a liar, or Henderson, whatever the hell she goes by. Shawnee lies and stirs up problems in the group and then disappears to collect her check. And Evelyn, you should know that because you're good friends with her. I don't think that Jennifer would talk about Evelyn's kid. And she didn't. She spoke about Evelyn's parenting. She wasn't around in all of that. And that's why Shanice was an adult. They'd made something that probably wasn't that negative, or that negative into something super negative. So I'm glad that Evelyn and Jen are going to try and, work through things, because those who watched Basketball Wives years ago, they have a very close relationship they had. So it was sad to see them, get into it. Me, if I was Jen, I would never forgive Evelyn. I have a friend that I've been friends with for about 20 years. And sometimes we cool, sometimes we not. Sometimes we talk to each other, sometimes we don't. But never has she or I tried to put our hands on each other. We watched Evelyn climb over tables to attack Jen years ago, way before anything was said about Shanice. So Shanice, get over it. Your mom's a bully. I'm sorry. It's just a fact. Moving it along, I was glad to see them work through that. The shaman gave them this nasty chocolate drink, which was funny as hell. Jac'eil said that drink was nasty as hell. And the ceremony was good, but Brittany's wigs in the confessional and done here was just terrible. She always shows up in like little to no clothing, a little bitty onesie, and a fucked up wig. The worst wig was the colorful one in the confessional. I don't know what she was thinking or why she decided to put that upon her head. Brittany, you're a pretty girl. Please stop wearing these wigs. They don't work. They're out of control. So Jackie then decides, because they're all supposed to be in the place of healing. So Jackie then decides, hello, Dusty. Jackie then decides that she wants to bring up Vanessa, and she says that maybe they should give Vanessa and Clayanna some grace because they're in the spirit of healing. Brittany mentions and chimes in, she's like, the ladies, you guys gave me grace with my situation, but Brittany got a little drunk and did too much. And then Brooke did too much back, but then she apologized quickly and she hasn't beefed with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where I'm just looking like, I don't think Vanessa, I feel like they should give her grace, but not trust her. I think that she is not doing things from a place of being messy or mean, but I think Vanessa's more so doing things because she don't want nobody else to feel her pain, but she's messy. Clayanna, I don't think Clayanna needs grace. The woman is crazy. She needs her ass whooped and to be sent to Zeus. What are the girls? The crazy girl who's psycho over Blueface. She needs to go be with if you're going to act ignorant, Clayanna, go be with the ignorant people on Zeus. Go be with Tasiki and Krishan Rock and what are the other? I don't watch the shows. The baddies girls. Go be with the girls who call themselves baddies, which in my opinion is probably some acronym for bitches that don't know how to act. I don't feel sorry for Clayanna. She doesn't deserve grace. And, you know, Evelyn disagreed, and I was glad that she did. She said that Clayanna is acting innocent and that she belittles people. She said that she met up with Clayanna and that the girl has no remorse. She's not sorry, you know, all of these things. And, you know, I agreed with Evelyn. And then Evelyn goes on to say she doesn't know if Vanessa should have grace because she feels Vanessa's in everybody's business, and she outs Vanessa for looking up Jennifer's man, which on the previous episode, Vanessa says that Jen's boo has a kid no one knew about, did time in prison, has changed his name. I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know this man, and I'm not going to say that this really happened, but this is what Vanessa found. And Jennifer's there. She's like, I don't like that. You see me happy. I was just with his older son. So Jennifer already knew all of this information and did not care, which does not surprise us because in the words of my good friend James, who is our co-host who's usually here, Jennifer lacks discernment. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. She lacks it. She's terrible at reading people, and she chooses scam artist after scam artist to where there are documentaries that she's making and a part of on the men that she gets with and how shady they are. It's just a fact. So Evelyn and Jen say they're not showing Jennifer or Clayanna, or they're not going to, Evelyn and Jen say they're not going to show Clayanna or Vanessa grace, and I can understand that. So then we see Vanessa meet with her son. He's asking to do his own laundry. I'm like, you're so dedicated to your kids, but your son doesn't know how to do his own laundry at that age. Come on now. He should know how to do his laundry. The boy wants to learn how to do his laundry. He seems like a good kid. He wants to go to the league like his dad. And he also says he wants to give his mom a Rolls Royce and her own house. And I'm like, well, she already has these things from her dad, but he must feel he needs to give more. But I thought that was very sweet. I love seeing kids that love their parents like that. Obviously, she's doing something right with her children. So go on with your bad self, Vanessa. So we then see Brittany meet with Clayanna. And Brittany, you know, while it was nice, she doesn't want her to feel like she's isolated. Brittany's the only person really cool with Clayanna. And I'm just wondering why Clayanna even stayed on the trip. That's how you know that Clayanna is only doing this to be on TV. Do you know what I mean? Like, That's exactly how you know. Because why would you expect? Why are you still there if you beefed with everybody? Anywho, Brittany asked Clayanna how she was doing, and Clayanna immediately started talking shit. She called Vanessa a leather face. She said Brooke was scary instead of for throwing a drink, and that she would have respected her if she hit her. Clayanna, you don't want them problems with Brooke. Brooke will mop you in that witch dress across the room, okay? Yeah, I don't think you want the problems, Clayanna. Clayanna then says that she is responding and reacting to what they do, even though she's the one that starts shit. She lacks accountability, and I really think she's an awful person. So Clayanna then says she hopes Jac'eil will accept her apology, which we'll see if that happens. And Brittany says that it's contradicting of Evelyn to understand Brooke throwing the drink on her face when Evelyn did promise that they would not throw drinks or anything like that. Evelyn did not throw a drink, but if you put your hands in someone's face and you start hollering at them and shit, what do you expect? What do you expect? If you throw a drink in my face, I'm hitting you. And I'll do the time, and Mr. Best will bail me out. I don't care. Don't keep your hands to yourself, and I'll keep my hands to myself. It's very simple. Keep your hands and beverages to yourself, and I'll do the same. If you can't, well, then I don't know. So basically, Clayanna does feel that she needs to apologize to Jac'eil, and I still think she needs to go. So the next thing we see, you guys, moving it on along, be sure to like the video, comment your opinion, subscribe if you like me a little bit. We then see Jennifer and Evelyn go and sit by the fire. Apologies, I am looking down at my notes. And they speak about the previous drama with Shanice and all that happened in Amsterdam. And Jen says she loves Shanice. She watched her grow up. She's known her since she was 7, and she doesn't want her to ever be upset or feel it away. And in my opinion, Shanice needs to stay in the child's place. We don't care to see Shanice on TV. I don't care. Leave it there. Jen says that she's willing to have a conversation with Shanice, though, which I think is a good thing, and I hope it happens off camera, but I feel like they'll probably have it on camera. Moving along, Clayanna and Jac'eil then meet, and Clayanna apologized to Jac'eil. They do make peace, but Jac'eil is so genuine, I don't think she can trust Clayanna. And here's why I say that. If you fall out with somebody and they start attacking your life, things that you have, choices that you make, your cheap ass ring, I don't care. This is like the stuff Clayanna said, in my opinion, is unforgivable. You're saying how you feel about me. Who's to say you won't get mad at me for something again and weaponize the things that I've told you? So I don't think that Jac'eil should trust her, but being the Mississippi Belle that she is, she does end up, forgiving Clay and trying to make peace. But that's because Jac'eil is peaceful, and I think that's the only reason Clayanna was willing to apologize to her, because that's probably the only person who will accept it without her having to be super accountable. The next thing we see is Jennifer, Vanessa, Evelyn, and Jackie meet up. And Evelyn is asking about the Jennifer situation. And she asked Vanessa, y'all, I cannot talk. And she questions Vanessa on why she was looking up Jennifer's man. And Vanessa basically says that she originally did this because she wanted to try and get Jennifer her money back for the dog. But, I think while Vanessa meant to come from a good place, you continue to look past the dog and look him up. That was weird. So, but, Evelyn mentions how Vanessa said things about her and her ex-fiance, Lavon. And Evelyn's like, and by the way, we're still together, which they're not. I don't buy. I think Evelyn just wanted to be the one to announce it. But Vanessa did say she felt ambushed. And then Evelyn does say that Clayanna and Vanessa start shit and then they act like victims. Now, I agree with that. Vanessa needs to mind her business. I don't think she's so much playing victim. Clayanna's trying to act like an actual victim, and she's just not. She needs an ass whooping and a backhanding is what Clayanna needs. So then they say that Vanessa's miserable, and Evelyn brings up Vanessa's miscarriage, and it's like, yeah, bitch, just because you had to go through all of that and, you found out and had a miscarriage because you were going to be exposed. Like, that was mean. That was mean, Ev. That wasn't cool. I felt like that wasn't necessary. She took it there, and I can't understand why she would take it there. There's certain stuff you don't say to women as women. I think miscarriages, cancer, I just don't like kids, families. You don't talk about those things with people, and that's what Evelyn likes to do. So then Evelyn shows us her manipulative, psychotic ass behavior. This is going to be a short recap, you guys, because not much really happened with a lot also happening. But, you know, Jackie finally speaks because Vanessa starts crying. That's upsetting. The things that she said were mean and they were deep. And Evelyn then asks to speak to Vanessa one-on-one. And I thought that was manipulative because then she's crying after going off on her and exposing her secrets that she had only expressed to her. And I'm like, Evelyn, why are you crying? Are you that evil? What the hell is that? So I get her frustration with Clayanna, but to go from berating this girl to crying, I'm like, what are you sad about? You don't get it, Evelyn. You were only a wife for like 30 days, barely that. So you don't get it. But I do think that Vanessa needs to figure out what she really wants with her man and stuff. Because if you have to live with cameras and watch your man, have trackers and all of that, you're with the wrong person. You shouldn't need to track your man. If I call my husband and he's not with me and I don't know where he's at or can't track, he will send me a location, FaceTime me, you name it. Like, you shouldn't have to do all of that. But they are able to make peace. So this is going to be the shortest recap ever because I am finished, y'all. That was my recap of Basketball Wives LA season 11, episode 7. You know, I think because of what happened last week with Clayanna doing so much and just giving us constant drama for a few weeks, they gave us a little break. Looks like there's going to be a lot to happen in the upcoming week. The next recap I'll have will be this Wednesday, the 29th. We will have James, our regular co-host, there with us to go over this episode. I'm hoping so much more happens with it. This was really the shortest recap that I could have possibly done. It's fucking funny how short it was. But on that note, we always end the Mrs. Best Reviews lives when it's just Mrs. Best with a song. This song will be Mr. Best and an artist from Sweden titled, and his name is A Voter. We're going to listen to their low-key remix. I will see you guys in a few minutes. I'm going to go over the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Be sure, if you like to stream Also Best, available on all platforms, you should be able to see him on the screen right now. We're going to get rid of me and end the live with some music. Comment your opinions. Send me suggestions, DMs, feedback, shows you'd like me to cover, any of that. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Du kan se mig smoking. Low-key, du kan se mig smoking. Är inte den som hoppar på trender, hoppas det vänder och gjort det för länge. Många som man känner men inte längre vänner, de bränner dig om de känner för det. De vill bara ha någon att bestämma över. Dags att spränga lönen, det är payday. Vill bara bli högre, det är mayday. Det är mayday. Jag känner mig wavy, jag är gone. Det är fullt med ladies i stan. Ta det bara lugnt min baby, jag är van. De som det hänger med är bara mytomaner. Kom och häng med veteraner. Ey, kasta de där barnen. Ey, de leker som att de har den. Och leker fucking störst i stan.
You can party in my birthday. We can party at the club, gone. You can party in my birthday. We can party at the club. These girls got a brother in the train. Don't ask me for nothing, all I wanna do is hit my shit what I can do. I need more shots, not one but 2 shots, more shots. Where are they at? For the extend type pinky. Before you throw it back.
Jag ligger low-key. Du kan se mig smoking.
We smoking.
Jag känner mig wavy, jag är gone. Och det är fullt med ladies i stan. Ta det bara lugnt min baby, jag är van. De som det hänger med är bara mytomaner. Kom och häng med veteraner. Ey, kasta de där barnen. Ey, de leker som att de har den. Och leker fucking störst i staden. Dansa.
More shots. Where are they at?
Dansa.
Before you throw it back. Shots.
Dansa.
For the extend type pinky.
den som bara hoppar på trender. Hoppas det vänder och gjort det här för länge. Många som man känner men inte längre vänner.
These girls got a brother in the trains. Don't ask me for nothing. All I wanna do is hit my shit where I can do. I need more shots, not one but
Jag
two.
är på gott humör, inte något som stör. Ja, det går fort när vi kör. Du kanske trott han var död. Jag ligger low-key, low-key. Du kan se mig smoking. Jag känner mig wavy, jag är gone. Det är fullt med ladies i stan. Ta det bara lugnt min bay, jag är van. De som det hänger med är bara mytomaner. Kom och häng med veteraner. Ej, kasta de där barnen. Ej, de leker som att de har den. Och leker fucking störst i staden. Det är fullt med ladies i stan. De som det hänger med är bara mytomaner. Ej, kasta de där barnen. Galen, 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 galen. Bröder här, gör min egna grej mannen.